It was an ordinary Tuesday evening. I remember the day clearly. The air was crisp, the sky a vibrant blue. Nothing felt amiss. My husband was due home any minute. I was preparing his favorite meal, humming along to the radio. Suddenly, his phone buzzed on the counter. A message flashed across the screen. It was from a number I didn't recognize. I shouldn't have looked. I know that now. But curiosity, that cruel temptress, got the better of me. The message was simple, short, and utterly devastating. "Can't wait to see you again tonight, love." The words pierced through me like shards of ice. My blood ran cold. The room seemed to spin. My husband, the man I loved, the man I had built a life with, was leading a double life. The phone slipped from my grasp, clattering onto the floor. My world, once filled with warmth and light, had suddenly turned dark and cold. Denial was my first response. This couldn't be true. It simply couldn't be happening. This was a nightmare. I desperately wanted to wake up. I paced the length of our living room, my mind racing, trying to rationalize the irrational. Perhaps it was a wrong number, maybe it was a joke. A cruel, cruel joke. But deep down, a terrifying certainty began to settle in. My gut told me the truth. The sound of his key turning in the lock shattered the deafening silence. He walked in, oblivious to the storm raging within me. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw things. Instead, I stood there frozen, the weight of his betrayal crushing me. The days that followed were a blur of pain and confusion. One minute I was consumed by a white-hot rage, the next I was drowning in a sea of sadness. How could he do this to me? What had I done wrong? I replayed every moment of our relationship in my mind, searching for clues, for signs that I had missed. Sleep eluded me. Food lost its taste. My reflection in the mirror became a stranger, her eyes dull and lifeless. The world seemed to move on, oblivious to the pain that gnawed at my insides. But my world had stopped. I was trapped in a nightmare, unable to escape. Everyday tasks felt insurmountable. The smallest things, like going to the grocery store or answering the phone, filled me with dread. The world seemed to be filled with happy couples, their laughter a painful reminder of what I had lost. I felt broken, betrayed, lost. The life I had so carefully constructed lay in ruins around me. The future I'd envisioned, the one we had dreamed of together, had vanished like smoke in the wind. Section 5. Seeking Solace, Finding Strength. My friends and family rallied around me, offering words of comfort and support. They listened patiently as I poured out my pain, my anger, my confusion. Their love and understanding were a lifeline in the darkness, reminding me that I was not alone. My therapist became my confidant, a safe space where I could freely express the maelstrom of emotions swirling within me. She helped me understand that I was not to blame, that his actions were a reflection of him, not me. Section 6. The Long and Winding Road to Healing. Healing, I soon discovered, is not a linear process. There were good days and bad days, moments of hope and moments of despair. The pain didn't magically disappear overnight. It lingered, a dull ache in my chest, a constant reminder of his betrayal. But slowly, gradually, I began to reclaim my life. I started focusing on myself, on my own well-being. I reconnected with old friends, pursued hobbies I had neglected, and rediscovered the simple joys in life. Section 7. Picking up the pieces, one day at a time. I started to see the world through new eyes, eyes no longer clouded by pain and betrayal. I began to see the strength within myself, the resilience I never knew I possessed. The road to recovery was long and arduous, but with each passing day I felt myself getting stronger. The pain never fully disappeared, but it no longer consumed me. It became a part of my story, a chapter I had closed, a lesson learned. Section 8. Rediscovering myself, redefining my life. I realized that I was not defined by his betrayal. I was not broken. I was a survivor. I had loved and lost, but I had also learned and grown. I had emerged from the ashes of betrayal stronger, wiser, and more resilient than I ever thought possible. I began to redefine my life, to create a future filled with hope, happiness, and self-love. I was no longer afraid to be alone. I had found strength and solace within myself, a strength that no one could ever take away from me. Section 9. Finding Hope and Strength Within. Looking back, I am grateful for the experience, as painful as it was. It taught me the importance of self-love, the power of forgiveness, and the indomitable spirit that resides within us all. It showed me that even in the darkest of times there is always hope. There is always light. If you are going through the pain of infidelity, know that you are not alone. Reach out for support, find solace in loved ones, and most importantly, believe in your own strength. You are stronger than you think. You will get through this, and you will come out on the other side, stronger, wiser, and ready to embrace a future filled with love, joy, and endless possibilities.